everyone, that was The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That was our third Zelda game that we have finished up for this marathon, so that means only one more Zelda game left to go, and then after that, I'm free to basically continue on playing the other Legend of Zelda games for the very first time. But before we do that, who would like to give their thoughts on first? For basically Link to the Past and such. Pretty much. Did you want to go first on giving your thoughts, or do you want me to go first?
You go first because, like I said, okay. I did warn you privately before we started streaming that my thoughts are going to be pretty much, short and empty. So, go ahead, right. You first.
All right. Well, for me and everything, all right. So coming back playing this game after pretty much after a while and everything, since I done my blind let's play on the game and everything, coming back to Link to the Past after a long while and everything. I will say, my opinions on this game have actually gotten stronger over the years and everything. Now that I've not only practiced this game, but even I pretty much got to explore every single, or at least almost every single thing that makes this game special for the Zelda fans out there and such. And now that I got to actually fully experience what I've missed in my initial playthrough and everything, I could definitely now understand even more on why Link to the Past is a fan favorite among the Zelda people to this day and everything. Like I said, honestly, this was definitely a very good step up. When compared to the first two Zelda games we got from the NES back in those days and everything, pretty much Miyamoto and his team pretty much understood that when made Zelda for the NES work, they decided to just bring that on over to the Super Nintendo version with Link to the Past and everything. And not only did they pretty much bring back the core gameplay mechanics and everything on what made the first Legend of Zelda work, but they actually improved upon it. Much better and everything, to where it actually does feel more like a proper upgrade to the first two Zelda games and everything. Now you got a proper map of the overworld on not only where you are and where you need to go to and everything, but you also get more of a convenient map of the dungeons as well too, where pretty much even if you don't get the compass or even the map of said dungeon and everything, pretty much the map is still filled out for you as you go along certain rooms and everything, as you try to bomb certain bomb certain walls and everything to find any sort of sneak peeks and such and everything. And pretty much that's another thing that will give this game credit as well too. And okay, actually before we say anything, let's see how I did in this one. Alright, so I had no game overs in the Hyrule, no game overs in the castle. I had one in the East Palace and one in the desert. None in none in the Mountain Tower. I had two at the Dark Palace and Swamp Palace, none in Skullwoods. One in Thieves Town, which was actually very surprising. One in Ice Palace, I think I remember which one it was. One in Rock Turtle, which, yeah, I do remember that. None in Mystery Mires, and none in Ganon's Tower. That one actually took me by surprise the most. So how many game overs did I get in this one? 9! I only got 9 game overs at the end of, A Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and such. And if you guys actually saw the menu and everything, I did much, much, much better than the last two practice runs I did and everything, so I will actually take that and such. Only 9 game overs and such, I mean, that's not even comparing to how many game overs I got a lot during, my blind LP of Legend of Zelda and everything. Pretty much I even took a look, Barney, do you want to take a guess on how many times I died during my blind Let's Play of A Link to the Past?
Let's see. I'm gonna guess a random number. 54.
Okay. Alright, you're gonna have to go way higher than that, actually.
Alright, let's see.
I'll give you one more chance.
120?
Try about, 246. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Pretty much, if you guys are interested in everything, I pretty much go to my final part on, the blind Let's Play of A Link to the Past, and pretty much read the credits and such, and pretty much, I'm also guessing that, they also count, the overworld as well, too, as, how many game overs you got in the overworld as well too, but pretty much like yeah, with the overworlds and how many times I've died in the dungeons and everything, they added up to about like 246. So this right here doesn't tell you on how much I actually did improve on like playing through this game when compared to like my blind LP of like Link to the Past, and I don't know what will.
Wow, 250 what was it?
Okay, actually, okay, now I remember. I think it was like 256, was it?
I guess, I don't know, because I didn't see that Let's Play.
Oh, okay, yeah, but pretty much like yeah, no, like it was definitely around 200. So I definitely died at 200, around 200 times, like during that blind LP, the most of everything. But actually, like using that as an example, that's another reason why I do like A Link to the Past and everything as well too. Because there's another game to where like the more you practice and everything, and the more you understand like the combat system as well as like the tricks the game provides to you, like as soon as you get the Pegasus boots, you do the Mad Dash and everything, or the spin attack and such. Like it can make the game like very easy to play and everything. Like honestly, the gameplay was just like so solid and everything that like that honestly is one of those few games to where like pretty much like I could have made my own fault. Like whenever I do get a game over, or like I do somehow like end up dying to like a certain boss or an enemy and everything, like that is actually my own fault. Everything like pretty much the game finds the right balance of like difficulty and everything to where like pretty much like when you make a mistake, you do realize that was you making a mistake, either because you got a little greedy or that like you felt like you can handle the enemies just fine and everything, and sometimes you can. But then there are other certain enemies, especially the bosses as well too, to where like you are gonna need to use like certain strategies in order to like beat the boss and everything, just to make sure that like they go down like fairly easy and everything. And that was one thing that like I did said in like my initial thoughts on like, or at least my first impressions on like A Link to the Past. Was that like I felt like there were some bosses that were a little bit lacking and everything. Like there was like if I remember correctly, I believe I said that like there were like a couple of bosses to where like I felt like were not really utilized all that much and everything. Like it sometimes felt like you were just more like brute forcing your way in order to beat the boss and everything. And in some cases that's like somewhat true and everything. Like the only boss I could think of to where like you're more or less gonna have to like brute force your way to beat it is that moth boss and everything within like Skullwoods and such and everything. But honestly, like coming back to this game and everything, and like going back to those certain bosses and everything, and remembering like what you need to do in order to beat them, I actually do like that. I actually do like that there are actually certain bosses to where like you can use pretty much like almost kind of any item that like you want to use and everything, and depending on like the item itself, there are some items to where like you could beat the boss like a lot more quicker, a lot more faster as well too, and then there are like other bosses where sometimes like all you really need to do is just like swing your sword and such, and pretty much they could go down like fairly easy. So I do take back actually my criticism of when I gave to like those bosses in The Legend of Zelda and everything, because honestly, looking back on it, I think the bosses like in A Link to the Past and everything, like they're just like honestly like there's some that are actually just as good as like the original Legend of Zelda. And then there are others where it actually did feel like a lot. They had a lot more depth to them, not just based on design and everything, but also like based on like how you need to beat certain bosses and everything, and the certain quirks that like they give to you once you like enter into their domain and everything. Like honestly, the boss battles is another one that makes these that makes a Link to the Past very memorable, especially that Ganon fight as well too. Like. Pretty much I still stand by for what I said. Like, so far that's, to where I said that, like, so far that's probably has to be, like, my favorite, Ganon fight, like, of the whole Legend of Zelda series so far and everything. I still haven't played Ocarina of Time yet. That's another game where, like I said, I'm still looking forward to, like, giving it a try and everything, and see, like, what makes that game, what also makes that game very popular among, like, some Zelda fans and everything. Let's see here. So basically, like, yeah, like I said, the bosses and enemies are very fun. Gameplay-wise and everything, like I said, very solid and such. Let's see. Now, graphics, on the other hand, everything, beautiful. Very, very beautiful graphics and such. Like, I will admit, there are some effects and everything that, like, might seem a little bit, like, outdated today. Like, the little zoom in on the castle and everything via the map and such. A little bit of like, Triforce spinning around and everything. But even back then, but even like today and everything, it doesn't really like ruin the effect at all of the game for me overall and such. Because, like I said, like, the colors and everything really stand out. The grim feeling that some of the dungeons provided and everything, like, pretty much still leave like a lot to the imagination and everything. And like I said, like, the graphics on the enemies and the bosses, again, another really good standout moment. Like, pretty much like the game does, where in which, like I said, another great upgrade from the NES Legend of Zelda era as well too. So basically, yeah. And let's see here. Okay, actually, do we want to talk about this, right? Actually, yeah, I'll touch on that a little bit as well, too. But basically, the soundtrack and everything, like, now that I have, like, more of a proper hearing of, like, the soundtrack, and I even got to listen to the soundtrack on its own before, like, coming over here to this live stream. I will say, Koji Kondo really, again, step up very good, like, compared to, like, the first Legend of Zelda, like, music he composed for the NES and everything. Once again, he stepped up his game and everything and provided some really memorable tracks, like the like the new overworld theme for the Link to the Past version and everything. The dungeon themes at first, I wasn't too sure on like how I felt about them and everything, but once I started listening to them on their own and everything, it's slowly growing on me bit by bit and everything. I still won't say that like it's my favorite dungeon track. Overall, like, honestly, that honor still goes to, like, the dungeon themes and, like, Zelda 2 and such and everything, but pretty much, I will say that, like, Koji Kono's themes for, like, the dungeons definitely do come in close second and such and everything. And, let's see, and, actually, the boss theme as well, too, again, like, it's, very good as well, too, again, gets your heart, like, pumping and everything, gives you, like, a sense of urgency, like, you have to beat this boss right now before that boss kills you. And like I said, honestly, like yeah, that ending, pretty much the ending soundtrack and everything, a very great way to like end off the game overall and everything. Honestly, I would say that like that ending soundtrack to Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is almost up there with like the ending theme to Super Mario 64, and that like both carry both of them do carry the sense of like the adventure is all over, you've won. Peace is now returned, congratulations and such. So, yeah, I think that's really about it, all I have to say. So, overall, like, I will definitely say A Link to the Past has definitely stepped up in terms of, like, my overall enjoyment with the game and everything. My overall, like, pretty much just coming back, replaying this game, once again, has helped, like, pretty much just helped remind me as to, like, why people do love this game, like, to this day. Over 30 years as well, too, so... It's amazing that, like, 30 years from now, like, this game is still as good as it was back then and such. So, for me, in terms of my final rating and final thoughts of Link to the Past, I'm gonna go ahead and give A Link to the Past a rating of an 8 out of 10. And if I was to put this if I was to put A Link to the Past into, like, into, like, a tier list and everything, I'd definitely put it in an A. Pretty much, I definitely believe it deserves an A. And in terms of ranking, I would say this goes, like, right in between, like, Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, honestly. So, pretty much, like, yeah, that's all I have for, like, my thoughts on A Link to the Past, so... Go right ahead, Barney. Even though you were the observer to all this, what are your thoughts on A Link to the Past, based on, like, what you have seen? Is this a game to where, like, you might want to try, like, play it on your own someday?
To be fair... There are some aspects of the game that I find pretty cool, but I'll be completely honest. I'll be 100% honest. I've seen gameplay of this game before, and it's cool. But I will say this: I think this is one game where I'm probably gonna wait like a very long time to pick up because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to be in the right mood for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But still, from watching this gameplay, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was. It definitely very was. And pretty much, like, I'm glad, I'm also glad, like, you also had, pretty much, like, pretty much you had a fun experience, like, just watching this game overall. So, do you feel that pretty much, that Miyamoto and the developers have pretty much, like, made a big upgrade when compared to the last two Zelda games we've seen from this point?
Oh yeah, totally,
Alrighty.
big time. This is a
Alright.
big improvement over Zelda 2. Big time. A big time improvement from Zelda 2 and even Zelda 1.
Oh yeah, I definitely do agree with you right there and everything. Like, pretty much like I said, like, I pretty much right from the get go and everything. Like, the main reason you could tell this is a big upgrade from Zelda One, you actually have an overworld map, and not only that, but the overworld map tells you where you need to go. Like after you complete a certain task and such.
And also, I'm a big fan of the new what's it called, the way you walk around, where you basically where you basically have like this damn it, what's it called?
Which one? Do you mean like the spin attack and such, or?
Well, that's been attack, yeah, but I'm talking about like when you're walking around the overworld, like the map moves with you instead of you
Oh
having to
yes,
wait.
yes. Yes, I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, pretty much if you press the X button, like, yeah, the map will move with you a little bit, and if you press the X again, then pretty much the map will just zoom out to a more, like, overhead view and such. So, alright, so basically, is there anything else that, alright, so is there anything else that you want to give to Link to the Past? Any thoughts on the soundtrack or anything, or?
Not really. I think that's pretty much it. Wait, hold on. Let me see. All right, so I talked about the map system, how it works in this game. Uh,
We did.
the combat system was very good in this game. I'd say it's even better than the first and second game.
Oh yeah, I agree. And actually, yeah, that's another thing. Actually, that's one thing I actually did forget to mention. Pretty much not only did some of the items make their way back from Legend of Zelda, but we also had like plenty of new items. And actually, the one nice thing about Link to the Past that like carries on over that like what happened in the original Legend of Zelda NES as well too. Besides, like there are a couple of items and everything to where like pretty much to where like pretty much like you don't you don't really need to worry about needing all that much and everything. Like the only two items I could think of off the top of my head to where like they are absolutely like optional for you to get was the both the cape and the cane of Baria, the one that like pretty much the blue cane and such. Because like when I did my blind let's play on the Link to the Past and everything, the cape was the only item I did not actually get or use at all during that like blind gameplay and everything. And it turns out I really did not need it if I did not want to and everything. So pretty much it is another nice thing about like Link to the Past as well too. Is that like pretty much like you could do the combat system and pretty much like whichever way like you feel comfortable of doing right now and everything, and pretty much like once again, the game does give you a lot of room to like pretty much like test out as much as like your combat system as much as you want. Pretty much you get to use as like whatever kind of items you want as well too to pretty much like get used to certain items as well as like let you decide like which items you want to use the most and which ones you want to save up for like later on, because again they do use up your magic meter as well too. So pretty much it is another nice thing about like Link to the Past. I do agree with Barney.
I did notice the magic meter was much better than the original game. Like
yes.
I was like, wow, this is way better.
Yes.
Well, actually, no, Zelda 2.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty much you prefer like the magic system and like Zelda 2 or the Link to the Past?
No, A Link to the Past. I just said that it's better than in Zelda. I was originally going to say Zelda 1, but I said Zelda 2 because,
yeah,
that was the first game that introduced it.
Yes, that's right. Because don't forget, like Zelda 2 was the one that did like introduce the magic system and everything. And that was one thing from Zelda 2 that actually did carry it on over to A Link to the Past and everything. And I do agree with Barney that like yeah, the magic system in that one was handled a lot more better, and that like the magic only came for like using whatever certain items you were using on that day and such and everything. And pretty much like much like with Zelda 2, like pretty much like you will pretty much the game actually does like not only provide you the hearts as well too, in case like you ever need to refill on your health and everything. But pretty much like yeah, as long as you can find these green magic jars, whether it be a small one or a big one and everything, then sooner or later and everything, you will be able to like refill your magic. Or if you just want to like buy like a magic medicine, or even just like the blue potion as well too, to refill like your heart, to refill your health and your magic as well too. then pretty much like as long as you're playing it like strategically and everything, then eventually like you don't have to worry about like ever running out of magic, especially like when you need it the most and such. And and actually that's another thing I will say as well too. Getting rubies in this game felt like getting rubies in this game definitely felt more of a reward when compared to like the first Legend of Zelda game, and they were a lot more easier to obtain in my opinion.
That's true.
Yeah, because like even back then when I was doing the blind LP and everything, I never really felt like I ever really needed to like grind that much to like get some rupees just so like I could have enough for like a magic potion. Like I always felt like both the dungeons and the overworlds gave you just enough of a rupees to where like pretty much like you should have enough to like complete the whole game and like almost one sitting, maybe even two as well. Like that's not a nice thing that we'll give to like A Link to the Past. So honestly, like yeah, you know what? Like I think I made the right choice of giving this like a solid 8 and everything because. Yeah, pretty much the more I think about it and everything, like, yeah, Link to the Past really did improve a lot of, like, what the first Legend of Zelda pretty much, like, set the groundwork for, like, later games to, like, take a look at and improve upon years later and such.
Indeed.
Alright, so pretty much that's all, alright, so pretty much that's all you have to say, Barney. So, at least from, like, at least from just, like, from a observer point of view and everything, how would you rate A Link to the Past? And if you did have to put this on a tier list, where would you put it?
Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna put this one in. I'm gonna say A, actually.
All right, A tier as well too. Nice.
Because I might change my mind when I play it, but for now I'm gonna keep it in A because this game is talked about for. This game is still rated pretty highly among Zelda fans and Super Nintendo fans for a good reason.
And
yeah, I'm gonna put it in an A because I think it basically took what Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 introduced and improved upon them and made him iconic.
All right, I definitely do agree with you right there and such.
Yep.
All right, and in terms of like rating, how would you rate the game?
9 out of 10.
Ah, nice. Oh, nice. All right, all right, one rating higher than me. All right, nice. Alrighty then, folks. Well, pretty much, yeah, like I said, we are almost done with the first Legend of Zelda marathon. The only one we have left is Link's Awakening, but that's not going to be for a long while and such. So, pretty much what's going to happen first is, so like once I get done editing this live stream and everything, pretty much this final session of the live stream and everything. Then pretty much what I'm going to do next is going to start uploading them onto the gaming channel and everything. Depending on like when they're going to get uploaded and what days they'll be uploaded, you guys will pretty much like probably know like by the time like the first set of parts will be uploaded on a certain week. But judging by like how long we've been streaming for almost like 2 hours and 30 minutes and everything. I have a feeling that, like, this is going to be split up into, like, 25 parts overall. And if that's the case, then, pretty much, like, yeah, we were able to, finish this game about, like, 13 parts less, compared to, like, how long it took for me to, beat this game on the first try and everything. So, once again, that doesn't show you, like, how much I've improved on this game, like, since my blind LP. Then again, I don't know what will, but, pretty much, like, yeah, if it is going to be, like, 25 parts in total, then, pretty much, like, you'll be able to see like these Link to the Past videos every Monday through Friday for the next 5 weeks. And if for some reason it becomes 24 parts, then pretty much you'll be seeing these videos every Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for the next 6 weeks. So pretty much those are the two set days that you could possibly see Link to the Past coming onto the gaming channel. So. Pretty much just keep an eye out for that. And then once the final part has been uploaded, I'll at least go ahead and at the very least, start practicing Link's Awakening. For those that are asking, I am actually going to do Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Color and everything. So, pretty much like once the final part or the review section of A Link to the Past will get uploaded onto my gaming channel, And that's basically when I'm going to start practicing Link's Awakening for the first time and everything. Like, there's pretty much going for the first practice run to get an idea where all the seashells are, where all the photographs are, and where all the heart pieces are as well too. And pretty much like, yeah, whenever me and Bonnie are ready to finally start streaming the last Zelda game for the Zelda Marathon, we'll let you guys know. Alright, so pretty much afterwards and everything, coming up next, Sonic 2 is still, like, also gonna be uploaded as well, too. I've already got the next 2 parts ready to go for this weekend. And Sonic 2 is another game to where, like, I'm almost done playing the game as well, too, so once I get done playing the game, it's gonna be another humongous entertainment marathon, which, yes, it is gonna be Pajama Sam 2, Lightning and Frightening aren't, Thunder and Lightning aren't so frightening. And pretty much afterwards, it's like, alright, so pretty much after Pajama Sam 2, if Barney is ready to continue on with Mario Party 3, we will. If not, I do have another game in mind for the gaming channel as well, too, so we'll keep you guys updated on that. But if you guys do want to see more games and everything, then by the time, like, then this is for the stream section only. But pretty much in the stream section and everything, and by the time you guys, see this part, you see this part on the gaming channel and everything, Barney has been starting a brand new Let's Play of Mario Kart DS and everything, where he plans on being the whole game 100% and everything. So if you guys want to see us pretty much complete the 100cc Retro Cups and everything, and on over to our co-op gaming channel, Super Retro Brothers, which the link will be in the description below and everything. So hope to see you guys over there tomorrow and such.
Yep, which... oh boy, it's gonna be pretty brutal.
It is. It's gonna be pretty brutal. So just wait till we get to 150cc.
Yes, sir. Oh no, not well. That and also the mirror mode. Yep.
But alright, guys. Alright, so this will do it for the session of. So this will do it not only for the session, but pretty much for the whole game of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So 3 games down. Only 1 more to go, and then we're all done with the Zelda Marathon for now. So anyway, guys, if any of you enjoyed this gameplay session of A Link to the Past, make sure you hit that like button. If you guys are super excited to see any other games that are going to be coming up real soon on this gaming channel, hit that subscribe button as well. Speaking of games, don't forget, if you guys got any games you want me to play, list them in the comments or the YouTube or on my Facebook page. If you guys like movie and TV show reviews, you can check out my main channel where I mostly do that. Well, check them on at Barney's co-op channel, Review Bros, where we review movie, TV shows, music, and books together. And we also have another project coming up on the way as well, too, so be on the lookout for that. And as I also just mentioned, you can also check out our co-op gaming channel, Super Retro Brothers, where, like I said, by tomorrow and everything, we're going to be continuing, or pretty much Barney's going to be continuing, his Mario Kart DS gameplay with the Retro Cups for 100cc. So you definitely do not want to miss out on that, on those fun times.
Yes, sir.
But until then, it's been Sakura Diesel with my good friend
Bonnie, also known as OTPod7.
And you know what? Come on over here and take a bow. Yes, everyone, thank you so much for having me on this little stream or whatever you kids call it nowadays. I'm so glad I was able to serve this country proud. So anyway, guys, this has been Sakura Diesel saying thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you guys at the very next LP and everything, which either might be Sonic 2, might be Pajama Sam 2, or it might be another game somewhere in the near future. But until then, take care, everybody, and bye-bye.
Bye, folks. You take care.